know. I mean, I haven't talked to him about it.
I mean, he put out a really big video. I mean,
it's so crazy the conservative tactics on full display here, right? Like, I don't know anything about it. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't talk to him. We have no relationship whatsoever. We have no idea. Like, Jesus.
Be stoked.
I don't know why you're asking me about what iDubbbz is thinking, but I mean, I assume. I mean, it performed pretty well. I think it doubled your video, so
yeah. I mean,
not that bad.
If anything, I think it just means that more people are interested in me than you.
Oh
yeah, no,
my
definitely.
God.
I believe that for sure.
Very good.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people, some falsely and some for decent reasons, wants to.
Do you want to look at the like ratio?
Someone put you down a peg. It's probably the reason why there's a lot of people watching this conversation as well.
Do you want to watch the Do you want to watch the like ratio on this? Damn.
The like ratio on this.
That's correct, my friend. Here it is.
Wait, what? Ethan, play the video. This is also been reported even by your favorite. What is it? Nicholas Eat Oreos.
My favorite?
To be false.
Okay. Well, here.
The dislike message is not correct.
Let's just watch it.
Why am I arguing on behalf of Ian's video's performance? I don't give a fuck. Come on, play the video, dude. Come on, Jesus Christ. Play the fucking clip.
I mean, it is ironic that he came and did this whole show of doing it with you and it like just completely humiliated him. I think that's kind of funny and interesting, but I'll play the clip.
Not on leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast. What I'm going to do is show you.
Are you not? Hold on, I'm sorry. His entire creator clash is in ruin. The event is going to be fucking absolutely canceled. He's probably not going to be able to reimburse most of the fighters for the time they trained. How is that not a train wreck?
Ethan,
I'm just saying.
I am not iDubbbz. I don't care about your petty vendetta against iDubbbz. Play the fucking
video.
I don't care about your petty vendetta against iDubbbz. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up. Ethan, I don't care about it though, bro. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. But I don't care, bro. I really don't. I don't care.
I am not iDubbbz. I don't care about your petty vendetta against iDubbbz. Play the fucking clip.
How I see Israel. You're in the video. You listen to a song, you hear all these fucking.
Yes, you ruined a charity event. I hope you're proud.
Oh my God, bro.
A charity event. A charity event. Oh my God. Don't care, by the way. Don't care.
The reality of the matter is,
it
was brilliant. Nothing was out of context.
I don't care.
Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
I didn't even know iDubbbz was in my house. I thought I was recording a normal YouTube video. He just showed up.
You have no idea what you're talking about. I'm talking about Israel proper.
Yes. Looks like Ethan woke up. Oops.
And you're showing headlines about Gaza. I literally say in this clip that has nothing to do with the conditions of Gaza and the conditions of the West Bank, which I consider to be like apartheid. Like it's completely based on my lived experience of 5 years living in Israel. My lived experience, bro. You are so fucking out of line. You have no idea.
He canceled the event. Wait, did they actually cancel Creator Clash 3?
How do you have the confidence to make this video? Again, I don't know where it is, dude. The phrase.
Guys, how I see Israel, because you don't see that when you listen to a song.
Israel blocks, and he shows these headlines. Israel again blocks Gaza.
No, that was
again,
a
I'm not
random
talking about Gaza, which I say clearly in this clip, but go on.
And you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking.
Israeli authorities block healthcare to Gaza. Again, I'm not. Do you think that I'm talking about walking around Gaza? When I say how great multicultural it is?
Did
you think that?
How Israel attacked Gaza since October 7th. Not even.
Shield your eyes.
We never co-signed what they did.
It's
Is that
Ethan's
not the point
wife.
he's making though?
It already happened. I said it. Oh. No, okay, well, anyway, the phrase I said is that my experience in Israel proper.
What happened after that? When AB chimed in, I wonder. Anyway, listen.
Who knows? I mean, you like to make inferences based on...
I'm just asking. I don't know.
You know what's so funny? You know what's funny? It's all on the audio. Go listen to it, dipshit. It's on the audio. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a pathological liar. You're a propagandist. It's on the audio. You can go listen to it if you gave a fuck.
AB and Olivia were chiming in. I don't know why we buttoned it. I'm just asking. You know, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
What are you implying here? What are you implying with this photo?
Yeah.
What photo? Oh, with the photo. Okay, so let's begin.
Okay.
This is going to finally cause us to talk about Israel-Palestine.
Bro, just explain what you're trying to say.
By your own admission, there is a genocide that is taking place in the Gaza Strip. By your own admission, there is also an apartheid structure both in the West Bank, but I don't think you believe that there's an apartheid happening within Israel proper by your own terms.
I don't think it's...
Yeah, okay.
That's what we're talking about right now, is if there's an apartheid happening in Israel proper. Oh, boy.
So do you feel as though Israel is somehow inseparable from both of these actions?
No, but obviously the conditions are different in Israel proper versus the West Bank versus Gaza. Like the West Bank has checkpoints, it has like different areas of zones of interest. People don't have freedom of movement, so obviously that's more apartheid-like than the main body of Israel.
Yeah. Don't you feel like you going to Israel proper would actually resemble someone going to, someone going near Auschwitz and being like, well, it's actually beautiful there. It's not that big of a deal.
No.
It's multicultural. Oh, you don't see the comparison.
Well, I mean, where Israel, you mean in Tel Aviv? So you're saying that...
Jonathan Glazer, who made this video, Jonathan Glazer...
Does he think that... What does Hassan think that Palestinians living in Israel are like? What does he think? Does he think they're shepherded into camps? What is he talking about? Oh, I guess Hassan wouldn't know because he's never been there, so... or seen anything about it or done any research about it or talked to anybody that's actually been there and has a perspective on it. Okay.
Who made this Oscar-winning movie does see the comparison.
So hold on, you're
He said as much.
You're saying
Oscar
all I
award,
said was my lived
speech.
experience in Israel proper. Is the problem that Israel proper? That sounds racist or something?
No, I think you're trying to present Israel as a beautiful multicultural land when it is directly doing a genocide across the border boundary, okay? And also as an apartheid on a good day.
Yeah, I make a distinction for sure.
You can't
I lived there for 5 years in Tel Aviv.
From the crimes that is happening 6 miles away, Ethan. That's my point. So
6 miles from where I live in Tel Aviv? 6 miles from what?
I don't know how many miles away it is from.
It's a lot further than 6 miles. What the f are you talking about?
I don't know.
Probably not. Is it that much further than 6 miles? Israel's a small place. I actually don't know. I'm gonna guess like what, 20 or 30 miles? It can't be that far though.
How many miles away it is? That's not the point. It's
No, so
close enough that you can see it. If you go to Sidorov, you can watch it.
The
They call
point
it
you're
the night
making is that
cinema.
everybody living in Israel is living next to a concentration camp.
I am so wrong on that. The shortest distance airline between Gaza and Tel Aviv is 252 miles. Holy fuck. Just kidding. Is that really true? That can't possibly be true.
Yes.
So I said, bro really said my lived experience in Israel proper. And you're saying that I am a Nazi officer.
I don't know what I was going to. It's 44 miles. Okay. Jesus. Well, I don't know what the fuck this other thing is. Okay. Oh. This is like some driving path through Cairo or something. Right? Okay.
Being casually and enjoying life as people are.
No, you're not directly a Nazi officer.
Well, that's what this says.
No, you're taking it a little bit too literally. I think the point there with that imagery is not that it's a
Why
Nazi
did you choose the
officer,
one with the guy standing in it?
Well, I'm actually interpreting the work of art in the exact same way that Jonathan Glazer, who made this piece of cinema, interpreted it.
Cinema.
The entire point is, you can have a wonderful life as an American Jew in Israel. Of course you can have a wonderful life in Israel. That's the point, because Israel is a ethno-religious supremacist apartheid state that is currently doing a genocide. It is the entire underlying principle of why this nation state was founded. That's what it was founded on. It was founded on exterminationist principles of the indigenous Palestinians, which you seemingly agree to. So yes, if you actually think Israel is doing a genocide, then it comes across as rather odd that you would go to Israel to show how multifaceted and how wonderful Israel is.
I mean, yeah,
it would be exactly like someone saying, "Oh, you understand? I'm German. I am going to Poland. I'm going to go to Warsaw. I'm going to go to Auschwitz.
It's not the same at all, dude.
How wonderful Auschwitz looks like because it's German territory."
In Germany, when Auschwitz, which was technically in Poland, I think, right? When Germany was genociding and holocausting all the Jews, how many Jews were living in Germany as 20% of the population? Wait, hello? What? What is this compare? You want to talk about crazy comparisons?
Okay. I lived in Tel Aviv. I worked beside Palestinians. I worked with them. I took the bus with them. I walked around the streets with them. I went to the restaurants. They worked with me in my businesses. It's not what people expect. That's my point. You don't see.
Yeah, that would be lying. That would be lying to your audience about the actual totality of Israel. You want to talk about my totality of anti-Semitism inferred off of like hyper-specific...
Hold on. What does Hassan think is not correct there? Hello? Does he think that Palestinians don't live and work and travel amongst and are around people in Israel? I think Hassan has actually no idea. To be fair, I didn't even know. I didn't even understand the level of integration between... I didn't actually even know there were 2 million fucking Palestinians that lived in Israel proper. Not the West Bank Strip until I went there and started talking to people more. I just didn't even read about it. But
narrow definitions that you have invented in your mind. Talk about the totality of a country that you recognize is doing genocide. You think it's appropriate? You think it's appropriate to go to Israel while there's a fucking genocide going on?
I mean, you did a show with me and you consider me your friend and you knew that I was...
And unironically, kind of the funny part here is Hassan makes a strong argument against the war being a genocide, because it's like, okay, wait, so they're genociding the Palestinians inside the Gaza Strip, but they're only doing apartheid to the ones that live in their country? Isn't that kind of weird that you would like that's some half measure shit, no?
Apparently a Nazi officer that whole time.
What?
I said you were considering me a friend. You did a show with me. You knew I lived in Israel that whole time. I'm surprised you were willing to work with a Nazi officer.
I also have interviewed members of the Knesset, as a matter of fact.
Oh my God, he's such a fucking weasel, dude.
For Kassev, I have interviewed Israelis from the anti-Zionist youth movement Mezarvot, Israeli members, Israeli Jewish citizens that have refused service, refuseniks. I don't have an issue with people that have lived in Israel. Some of the reason why I know the total and utter depravity of the inception of Israel comes from Exeter University's very own Ilan Pappé. His writings are what guide me. Of course, I don't have an issue with people that have lived in Israel and no longer live in Israel, or even still live in Israel, as a matter of fact, as long as they are anti-Zionist, because I care about Zionism as an ideology. I do not care about Jewish people or Israeli people. These are not a part of my consideration, because I believe in the best of people. I believe that people, regardless of the circumstances that they've been presented with, can see right from wrong.
Okay, very
and I thought foolishly that you were one of these people. I foolishly thought you could also see right from wrong. But it's obvious to me that you have simply used what is going on for the past 16 months of horrific mass bombing and starvation.
Hassan, you got to stop. You got to stop with the gish galloping. I know. You're righteous and I'm evil.
I'm explaining
Let
to
me
you my
respond.
position.
Let me respond. I agree with you. I think that my characterization of it as a utopia, like in that moment, was distasteful, and I wish that I had said that differently. And I see that it came off bad. It came off bad, and I was wrong on that one. I totally agree. Watching that clip back, I'm regretful about how I spoke about it. So I agree with you.
Okay, that's fair. See, this is. I wish you were this open-minded. For
oh my God, he's gonna do it. I wish you were like this all the time, where you would just agree with every single thing I say and not like be so disagreeable when you disagree with me. Oh my God, dude, he's so disgusting.
Past 16 months, Ethan, because I feel like a lot of the conversations
my
that have taken
problem
place.
is not with your philosophy on Palestine. My problem is with your community and the harassment you've leveled against me and
Ethan,
family.
people make inferences off of what you say. They do not know what's in your heart. Okay, and this is something that I
a lot of things. The issue is the harassment.
Talked to you about in the beginning after October 7. I told you time and time again privately.
Okay, bro, you've talked a lot.
The reason why people think you are behaving like a. The reason why people think you are a Zionist is not because you're Jewish, but because of what you're saying. They
what did I say that's
output,
Zionist?
And they made these inferences.
What have I ever said that shows that I'm Zionist?
Ethan, the way that you have tackled the subject matter.
Say one thing that has shown the world, undoubtedly, how Zionist I am.
Hassan, you got to do the focus thing. Remember, it's what you choose to focus on by attacking Arab creators. You got to do the focus thing because we have no examples, okay? Or maybe you can bring up that one time they said Yoav Galant was a good guy. Otherwise, just say focus.
Then I'm worthy of the scorn of you and the entire left.
How wrong that was, what you just said.
Okay, does that mean I'm a Zionist? I mean, and by the way, that was a recent clip. That doesn't explain the last 2 years.
True. Yes, it doesn't.
So what did I say in the last 2 years besides that clip?
Name one.
What did I say, Hassan? What did I say that's Zionist?
Last month.
You can't give me one fucking contextual example of me saying something that's Zionist after this entire... Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Don't say last month.
You have something?
This has been for
I
years.
Have many things.
List
as recently as last month. As recently as last month.
List one example of me saying something
I'm
Zionist.
An example. Just calm down and listen.
Okay.
As recently
You're
as
not answering my question. You're just doing this Gish
Hamas is actually putting hostages inside of hospitals. Hamas is actually using tunnel systems under hospitals, and that is part of the reason why Israel is bombing hospitals.
They are.
Bombing hospitals is a war crime.
Not always.
Bombing hospitals is a war crime. In your conversation with Sam Cedar, while on the one hand you now recognize that Israel's doing genocide, and you have in the past as well, for sure, but you've also gone back and forth on it, and you've called it a war or whatever. But having said that, in your conversation with Sam Cedar, you thought you had a gotcha where you said that, well, I find it very strange that there's not a single bomb shelter in Gaza.
That's a condemnation of Hamas.
What?
That is a condemnation of Hamas. Failure
it's a condemnation of your assessment of reality.
How is that pro-Zionist?
The Gaza Strip.
How is it me criticizing Hamas pro-Zionist? Would you like to explain that?
Do you think a bomb shelter?
What do you think a bomb shelter is, Hassan? Look at the Gaza Strip. Would a bomb shelter help? What? I'm sorry. Is there like a terrain bonus to explosives or something? Is there some aura that impact? Like, what?
Shelter would actually survive bunker buster bombs?
It'd be a lot fucking safe.
Why would you bunker bust a bomb shelter? That would be unhinged. What are you talking about? That would be instantaneous worldwide condemnation from even the United States. What?
For then
there's not a standing structure remaining in most parts of Gaza. For Israel to actually systematically destroy every hospital
implies that a bomb
shelter would just simply be fucking crosshairs.
Can I please ask you a question? Again.
Oh my God, he'll never answer questions like this. None of the pro-Palestinians can answer it. Are you okay with Hamas spending all of their money, all of the incoming cement that comes into the Gaza Strip, all of this? Are you okay with them spending all of that on the resistance? I've always wanted to hear a pro-Pali loser try to answer this question. Can he hold his feet to the fire in this?
Criticizing Hamas makes me a Zionist?
Come on, please. Criticizing Hamas makes you a Zionist?
That's what you're claiming.
I mean, it depends on what you're saying. Yes.
Well, you know exactly what I said.
You can have criticisms of Hamas in terms of like their own internal domestic affairs, in terms of their governance. But if that's your hyper focus, then yes, people are going to make that inference that you are definitely
against
any kind of resistance against the state of Israel.
Because they don't make
resistance. Because your expectation, from the Palestinians is to just simply sit there and take it, so you can act like you felt that.
All you can do is sit there and take it, or bag them and rape it. That's all you can do. It's either sit there and take it, or invade and do mass terrorist attacks and murder, right? Remember, because in people like Hassan's eyes, okay, Arabs are children. I mean, he's Turkish, I guess, so historically it's accurate, right? Arabs are just children. They're retards. They can't do anything. You can't help it. If you're oppressing a people, fuck, they might just do some terrorism and some rapes. They can't help themselves, right?
Bad. 10 years down the line.
Everything that you claim, the whole fucking apparatus of harassment that exists across social media with you at the center of it, infringes on an inference that you maybe meant this. I have never once said I'm Zionist. The only reason people believe that is because you repeat it maliciously time and time again.
Is because of your hyper focus on you, and your distraction.
That makes me a Zionist.
And your deliberate deplatforming attempts to...
Wait, hyper focus on you? That makes him a Zionist? On him? Wait, why would that make him a Zionist, though? What do you mean by that?
Towards pro-Palestinian content creators. It's ridiculous.
Being pro-Palestinian doesn't absolve you of guilt.
You recognize the genocide, but you also literally get mad at people who fight back. You get
so
mad
I'm
at the
public enemy number one.
No, now Ethan should ask for an example. Who did I get mad at for calling it a genocide? Well, shouldn't the issue actually be other people that focus on me and make personal attacks against me, Hassan? That's what he should say, right? Who am I getting mad at just for calling it a genocide? That's not what he gets mad at. He's mad at for people that support terrorists, like Hassan does, openly on Twitch, by the way, and other people that do unhinged personal attacks against him.
Terrorists. You call Hezbollah a terror group, which is, by the American state's definition, absolutely... You get
So
mad
I'm
at the
public
Houthis.
enemy
You
number
call them
one.
terrorists. You call Hezbollah a terror group, which is
They are
by the American
terrorist
state's
groups.
definition absolutely considered a terror group. But there are plenty of terror groups that have
Hold on, do you not
successfully
consider Hezbollah a
resisted
terror group?
against American imperialism and other forms of settler colonial violence.
Do you not consider Hezbollah a terrorist group?
I think the definition of terrorism by the American state.
You can see how he dodges and won't. And now he's going to appeal to the legality, the strict evidence. But okay, Hassan, you can stick this landing. You got to bring up Mandela and the ANC at the end of this explanation. Whatever you do, don't miss the South Africa sticking point. You can always do this. Come on, dude. You got it. You got it.
Department is intentionally vague to deny people their habeas corpus.
You got it.
Deny people their due process. It is
habeas corpus and due process for Hezbollah members? What are you talking about? What?
There to justify whatever kind of militant action that the American government can take. This is a severe violation of the American Constitution. Yes,
I want to request something.
It's silly.
Can I please request something? I'm interested in having a conversation. You take this and you just go on and on and on and on. You repeat yourself. You double down on the same point. I just want to have a conversation. You make your point and then you move on. You're doing too much. Please. We're going to be here.
The American terrorism designation is silly. Do we agree?
I don't know. But
what do you mean? But
here, I'll be more precise.
You use its definition without ever actually thinking about it? What do you
Let
mean?
me be more precise. Here's what you said.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say.
What did you mean by that? You do not have an issue with Hezbollah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for asking.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, let me explain.
Let me explain, okay? It's called a little bit of a resistance isn't perfect. You're expecting a perfect resistance from a retarded people. I mean, from an oppressed peoples. The resistance isn't perfect, my friend.
I do not have a single issue with the way that Hezbollah has defended southern Lebanon.
Me neither,
I do not have a single issue with Hezbollah as a form of militancy trying to incur penalties on the genocidal state of Israel. Because if you recognize that it is a genocide, then what is the expectation from other parties involved in the region?
You can't help
the very fact that other countries, other countries are not also up in arms is ridiculous, considering that Israel is a belligerent force that is destroying everything in the fucking region because it has an underlying exterminationist policy. And you agree with that because it's a genocide. You said it's a genocide.
Right,
so what is the expectation?
Please, this conversation is becoming impossible if you don't just stop talking for a minute and allow me to respond.
Okay, now respond.
Thank you. Hezbollah, when it was first founded, I think was a noble thing, right, of defending Lebanon from the IDF invasion, and they were successful in sending them back to Israel. Now, since then, a lot of terrible shit has happened, right? And you sat there and you said, I do not have a problem with them. So do you not have a problem with what the Hezbollah did in Syria, mass murdering civilians on the behest of Assad?
Can you find?
Whoa! Excuse me. Arab on Arab violence? We don't talk about that here. I'm gonna need you to tell me the name of every single Syrian that supposedly got murdered by Hezbollah, okay? Is he about to ask for, can you find me a news article or can you find me, there's no way, right? Because if Ethan can provide one, he's gonna, it's super easy to look this up. What is he? But also, yeah, we just don't do Arab on Arab violence here, sorry.
In a single instance where I've actually said I have no problem with Hezbollah's actions in Syria.
Like, wait, what? I'm okay with Hezbollah. I think they're base. I think they're fine. But I'm only talking about when they fight with Israel, not when they murder hundreds of thousands of people up in Syria. What is that compartmentalization? Hello?
You said I don't have a problem with Hezbollah.
No, that specifically.
You know what's so funny?
Do you feel like that's the entirety of my conversation? Because I have talked about Hezbollah's actions in Syria, as a matter of fact, and I do have a problem with that.
You're precise with your words, right?
I don't think that harming civilians is in any way, shape, or form remotely correct. Now, having said that, I'm glad that you brought up Hezbollah, because again, in your video, you falsely claim that Hezbollah is responsible for 500,000 deaths in the Syrian conflict.
Yeah.
Okay?
Actually, that was Obama that killed all those people. Probably personally.
You say that Hezbollah is responsible for 500,000 deaths in the Syrian conflict. That is the entirety of the deaths, including the Hezbollah militancy in the Syrian civil war.
And therefore what? They did nothing wrong?
No, that's not what I'm saying. So what does it matter
the exact count?
You erroneously claimed that they were responsible for all the deaths. You stood in front of footage. You stood in front of footage of an entire town that was destroyed by what? By barrel bombs. Who has the capacity to have an air force and use barrel bombs to destroy an entire city? Do you think Hezbollah has an air force?
They participated. You're not listening. You're being silly.
Is that why you posted that photo?
Why are you defending Hezbollah's action in Syria? Do you think that's a good look?
I'm not defending that.
You sure are. Hezbollah didn't do that. Hezbollah would never blow up a village in Syria.
Do you think Hezbollah has an air force?
Do you think I think that?
Well, you implied it when you showed a hollowed-out town that was barrel bombed, most likely by Russian forces. So why? Why did you use that imagery to imply that Hezbollah had killed 500,000 people?
They were complicit.
Russian forces who are working with who? Assad? Iran? Hezbollah?
Also, this is my main problem with you, Ethan.
My God.
You are spreading
You're defending terrorism right now, by the way.
What?
You are defending a terrorism right now.
No, dude, I'm defending the truth. How is it so hard to comprehend for you?
The truth is Hezbollah did in Syria wasn't that bad?
They did not kill 500,000
okay,
people
so wasn't that bad? So what Hezbollah did in Syria wasn't that bad? How many did they kill?
You're
minimizing their actions.
Can you just say it that it was bad? This is a really easy thing. Say, yeah, it was bad. Can you just say that? Or is it more like the resistance isn't perfect? We can never be critical of any Arabs ever. It's impossible. It's actually impossible for this guy.
Comprehend for you.
The truth is Hezbollah did in Syria wasn't that bad?
They did not kill 500,000 people.
Okay, so wasn't that bad? So what Hezbollah did in Syria wasn't that bad? How many did they kill?
Regime. You're
minimizing their actions. How many did they kill?
You're taking the responsibility away from ISIS. You're taking the responsibility away from the Russian.
No, I'm putting blame on Hezbollah where it belongs. How many did they kill?
I don't even know the exact number of how many they killed. I believe it's like around.
I don't know the exact number.
2,000 to 5,000, which once again is inappropriate. I have no issue.
Did they collaborate with Assad?
Inappropriate.
They did, yes, they did.
Inappropriate.
And so what is the issue here exactly?
Inappropriate.
You said you have no issue with them. I think that's a problem.
I think I've described it numerous times at this point. I have no issue with Hezbollah's militancy against a state that is conducting a genocide. That much is very clear.
You didn't say any of that. You said I do not have a problem with Hezbollah. You're lying.
As a matter of fact, there are plenty of instances where I have talked about Hezbollah's militancy in Syria.
When you're done lying, I'll explain.
Wait, what?
When you're done lying, I'll explain. You didn't say that.
You
said I don't. You were talking to a normie. You were talking to a normie who didn't understand anything about the conflict, and he said, "How do we feel about Hezbollah?" A general question. How do we feel about Hezbollah? Your answer was, I don't have a problem with them. Let's just say. And then, by the way, Hassan, you start trying to minimize their inclusion in this fucking wanton slaughter of Syrian civilians.
True.
Wait, what? I'm minimizing their inclusion in the wanton slaughter of Syrian
Here's what you said, because you want to be precise.
You made up the...
I like what you
Ethan?
Hassan, just ignore the point, ignore the central point, and go back to that number. Just focus on the number. He got one particular fact wrong, which he is wrong. It's not fun with us. Right, you got that one number wrong. Focus on the number. Don't worry about any of the actual points that are being made. Okay, this is debate pedophilia, by the way. Okay, don't focus on the broad point. Don't focus on what he's gonna. Just focus on that one wrong number. Okay, you got him. You have him on that one, Hassan. You got him on that.
You
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just
said that they killed 500,000 civilians. What are you talking about? I did not minimize. I did not minimize their wanton slaughter in the Syrian civil war.
Do you think that they didn't participate with Assad to make that happen? I mean, they were allies. They participated. Okay, so then why are you defending them?
I'm not defending them, Ethan. I have already described to you that I'm critical of their actions. You are misquoting me. You are misunderstanding.
I'm verbatim repeating what you said. You liar.
I'm having a conversation directly with you, so I don't understand.
How can you lie to people? Like we just watched the clip.
The arbitrary number that you put there because you don't do enough research.
No, that number was based on the totality of deaths. My claim was that they participated in it. You were not critical of their actions in this clip.
Why did you put the? So you're telling me you've never claimed that Hezbollah has killed more Muslims than Israel has, that IDF has?
I don't know when I think I did say that, and I think that was wrong. I was incorrect.
Yeah, you said that numerous times. You actually said you ChatGPT'd against AB when AB was like, I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, by the way, that's something I looked into, and I was actually wrong about that for sure.
Okay. I hope that the audience can perceive. I don't know if they can or not because you guys are fucking retarded. I hope the audience can perceive when, like, if Ethan messes something up or he gets something wrong, he'll own it immediately. He'll just say, oh yeah, I was incorrect on this. I got wrong on this particular point. But Hassan will infinitely weasel around literally fucking everything. Hassan cannot own a single incorrect point ever. He'll never ever do it.
Okay. Don't you feel like this kind of misinformation is somewhat...
And now he's calling it misinformation? The fact that Ethan actually did the research and corrected himself on it? Meanwhile, Hassan still thinks that Al-Ali Hospital was bombed by Israel. That hospital that got bombed on October 14th, 13th, or whatever. He still thinks that Israel was the one that just bombed that hospital and killed 400, 500 people, by the way. But...
don't you think that saying stuff like that is going to make people infer that you might be more pro-Israel than you let on?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work like this, right? You're not just like clicking a box and you're like, well, I said it was a genocide. What more do you want from me? Okay, you did. But then you spend all of your time criticizing people who are offering analysis and not justification.
Can I flip it on you a little bit?
Actually formed. You're upset.
Hassan, you're doing it. You're doing it again.
I'm not doing anything. I'm
talking,
hoping to explain to you something so you recognize that you're wrong, as you've done twice now.
You don't need to explain anything to me. I understand your point. Don't you? So you're accusing me of being irresponsible with my words. Don't you think saying you have no issue with Hezbollah makes people think you're pro-terrorist?
Well,
I don't care that people think this.
Oh my God! I can't, dude. Hold on, my sandwich is here. Dude, I can't. He's such an actual weird. Do you see what I mean? He can never just say like, yeah, maybe I should phrase that better. Yeah, maybe I can do better here. Yeah, maybe I can. Because remember, the reason why he can't ever make a correction like that, because it's not about fact. It's not about being correct or having an understanding at the end of the day. It's about doing propaganda. And Hassan has said this openly, by the way. For some reason, all of these hack fucks, like the Pod Save America dudes, like the New York Times, or whoever the fuck else is too busy, trying to suck them off for, whatever articles or clicks they're trying to get, are too lazy to do any research. Hassan openly says this, that he openly tells lies in order to do agitprop, in order to convince people and funnel them into more radical ideologies, right? So he can't be wrong on anything, because showing him a fact doesn't make him wrong. It would be finding a way to show that he's not adhering to his ideology. That's how he would be wrong. And he can lie as long as it's to further the ideology. And he's openly said this.
It's ridiculous.
So are people valid for thinking you're pro-terrorist?
Do you believe the State Department's designation for terrorism is valid?
Is it reasonable for people to think that you are pro-terrorist when you say I have no problem with Hezbollah?
Do you believe the State Department's designation for terrorism is valid?
You answer my question, and I'll answer yours. Are people valid?
Ethan, you rely heavily on your audience not really understanding the terms that you are using.
Let it be noted you are dodging.
When you say, oh, Hassan defends terrorists, okay,
literally
there's a reason why you say that. You say that to disparage me without actually addressing my arguments. And now when you're faced with me, face to face, to talk about these issues, you agree with me. So if you agree with me, you called Hezbollah a noble group. Should I just run around being like Ethan defends terrorism? Well, I think you do, but
I said their actions were noble. I didn't call them a noble group. Again, you have a problem with the truth.
You just said that their inception was a noble one. You said Hezbollah was...
It's different from saying Hezbollah is a noble organization. But I really need you to answer this. Isn't it reasonable for people to assume you're pro-terrorist if you say stuff like, I have no problem with Hezbollah? Just answer the question, yes or no?
I don't think it's reasonable for people to assume that I'm pro-terrorism because I think people are going to assume that regardless because I am
people can assume I'm Zionist, but it's okay for people to assume I'm Zionist.
Yes.
Got it. The logic is clear.
You understand what I'm saying. I get why people assume that. I get why people assume
you're pro-terrorist.
Yeah. Do you feel? Okay, let's talk about that then. Do you feel like someone being branded pro-terrorist is as impactful under the Trump administration as someone being pro-Israel is?
Well, as someone who's been branded as a pro-Israel Zionist in my space, it is a horrifically fucking it's resulted in the unbelievable, unprecedented. I've been on the internet for 10 years, right? I've been through all kinds of controversies, all kinds of shit. I have never once in my entire life, Hassan, experienced the amount of harassment, the organized, psychotic campaign to try to ruin my life, all of my employees' life, my family's life, their family's life. This is your community acting in response to what you're saying about me being pro-Zionist. So do I think it's worse? In my experience, it's much worse.
My community that's done any of these things that you're talking about.
Okay, Hassan, can I ask you a question? Why the fuck were you browsing H3 Snark the other day and pulling clips from that?
I don't know. Someone fucking sent me a clip in the chat.
Okay. And so you shit and pissed about me pulling a meme from Destiny's subreddit. I've never even pulled
Did he really just do that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because somebody said it to me. I don't know. I just would. Dude, he's actually on stream browsing H3 Snark yesterday, which is literally like a Reddit tier Kiwi Farms thread about stuff about fucking Ethan. It's actually insane. He's so slimy. He's so unwilling to take responsibility for fucking anything. It's so crazy.
Subreddit. But you're on stream browsing H3 Snark. How do you explain that?
Ethan, your entire subreddit is a Snark subreddit dedicated to me. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's literally not true.
I don't have a single issue at this point. What are you talking about? You have personally moderated your own subreddit to turn into this, by the way. So many people that have criticized you from your own fan base have left your community for this reason.
Has nothing to do with this.
You can't take a fucking ounce of criticism from your paying members. How many people are like, I love Teddy Fresh. I have so many fucking pieces of Teddy Fresh clothing. Now I feel embarrassed to wear it because look at what he has become.
There's plenty of fans. Don't worry about that.
Problem. If you want to talk about it, if you want to talk about it from the perspective of psychoanalysis, the real reason why you've gone on this endless vendetta is because you can't comprehend
Jesus
the reality.
Christ, bro. I just want to have a conversation. I don't want to like just
your own audience that you've cultivated has a difference in opinion in the way that you presented yourself throughout this conflict.
Please, let me just talk. You say your community has nothing to do with the harassment that I've received.
Ethan,
please, Hassan, let me finish the point.
If you demonstrated,
you gotta let me finish the point. This is ridiculous.
I'm gonna mute you and just keep talking.
Okay, that's great. I think that means you won the debate.
Oh my God,
no, listen to me.
So I'm not muted. So hold on, let me finish. You gotta let me say something.
If you demonstrated a fraction of the humility you did just now, most people would not have left your community, by the way.
I don't care that they left the community. That was obvious.
You definitely do.
I've got plenty of fans left. Don't worry. Here, listen. You claim your community has nothing to do with the harassment. Yet you said in the same breath that your chat linked you to H3 Snark, the subreddit primarily responsible for coordinating that harassment, and you pulled it up on your stream.
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
Like random anonymous
Did I say that?
Wait.
I said they're primarily responsible for harassing
Look at the difference. Look at the standard of evidence now, right? Hold on, whoa. You're saying they're harassing you? Well, excuse me. I need this hyper-specific example of this one particular thing that was done. Like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Who called CPS?
What the fuck? So, I don't know. Did I claim they did? You're dodging, bro. You are absolutely dodging. You claim your community has nothing to do with the harassment, yet you were browsing H3 Snark. Now, let me ask you this, Hassan. How many times have I browsed the Destiny subreddit on my show?
Have blamed virtually everyone for calling CPS. Answer my question.
What?
So you don't know who called CPS, and yet for the past couple of months, you've been like, it's whoever I don't like that has called CPS. No. And now you're claiming that my community is responsible for it.
I think it's the tone. No, bro, what is wrong with you? Did I say your community called CPS? The harassment campaign is much more broad than that.
Yes, you're inferring it.
You can't address an actual issue, so you turn it into you're straw manning, basically. I'm saying your community is responsible for this participating in this harassment campaign. You said chat sent you this link, did they not?
Yes, last week. What are you talking about?
Okay, so your chat is involved with H3 Snark, which, by the way, funnily enough, the new Snark page is called Leftovers H3, and it's got a picture of you in the avatar.
Shout out to Leftovers H3.
It's got a picture of you, Hassan. You don't need to shout him out. You're already doing it. Don't you think that's odd?
You did it.
No, I think it's...
Also, what do you think? Like, first of all, do you think I have any say on what fucking happens in these subreddits? What are you talking about?
Oh, you have a say what happens in your Discord and chat. Would you absolutely...
And now it's just like the pleading ignorance, dude. Like, this is everything that far-right content creators used to do, or gamer bros do, whatever, that people like Hassan would call out so much, right? Like, whoa, we have no control over our audience. We can't control when somebody's sexist or racist or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, now when it's on Hassan, he's like, I can't help it if, you know, I'm literally browsing anti-fan subreddits on my stream and laughing and giggling over it. Like,
please do not moderate. And there's so much evidence of the disgusting shit.
That's also completely fucking false.
Why did you criticize XQC for not moderating his chat when you called in?
Ethan?
Why did you criticize XQC for not moderating his chat?
Yes, XQC has actively used this community over the course of many years at this point, as he was, doing Gamba and wanted to fucking keep gambling and felt bad that I was criticizing him to attack me. Okay? There's a difference.
And that's different than what your community has done. How?
What?
How is that different than your community attacking me?
You want to know how it's different? I have an 8-minute clip compilation all the way from when our podcast ended all the way to December of 2024 where I actively defend you. That is moderating my community.
Oh my God, the clip compilation. Actively defend. Oh my God, dude.
Quote unquote defending as your community went rabid with your approval. Please spare me.
With my approval? I just told you.
It's your community, bro. You literally say in this clip that it's let me play this clip for you because it will show just what a liar hypocrite you are.
People don't fucking like you, big dog. I don't know what to do.
Oh,
you know
they love you,
like,
huh?
What do you want me to do?
Fucking everybody loves Hassan. Everybody loves iDubbbz too.
Ethan,
my objective is not to be liked, Hassan. That might surprise you. It might surprise you. My objective in life is not to be liked. Or I mean, it's not to specifically be liked. That is not my objective. I know that's foreign to you.
Then why? Why are you bringing any of this up? People don't like you. I can't change that. Okay? There's plenty of people who don't like me either.
My whole career's been people not liking me, but I've never experienced this level of harassment. You are unwilling to contend or concede at any point that you are...
because I'm not responsible for it. Here, play this video, Dan. Here you go.
Anyway, it's not about being liked either. It's about harassment, bro.
Go ahead. Show your audience, because you've been saying that I've been like
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I sent it.
Are you?
It's embarrassing.
Sorry, hold on.
Especially
Dan is in
the way you behave now. Ugh.
Dan is in the bathroom, so hold on. You okay?
My argument with you in that conversation where I said there's not anything I can do was literally because of the way you were presenting yourself. In the conversation that we had, you inferred that JVP was akin to capos. You said that from the River to the Sea Palestine will be free.
I'm not gonna let you stunlock me again. Another pathetic fucking
Jewish
lie.
people.
Holy shit.
You literally fucking posted about a pro-Palestinian dude on Twitter saying that he would be thrown off of roofs like fucking Hamas is ISIS. If you say all of that, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, most people are going to not think that you're a chicken. They're going to think you're a duck.
Okay. I'm not going to get sunlocked by these insane accusations. I never called them capos. That's what you said. That's part of the harassment campaign. You put those words in my mouth, and now it's something that I still hear. I have never called them capos.
Wait. So you haven't, as recently as a month ago, still called them token Jews and that they are completely off base with the rest of the
Is that the same as capos? Do you have a problem with like levels? It's all or nothing. Is criticizing someone to be a token the same as calling them capos?
Why would you call Jews who are standing against genocide, which you also recognize as a genocide?
Can I play this? This is the clip.
Token Jews that are not representative of the broader movement.
Well, they're statistically
You also called Matt Lieb a capo.
Matt Lieb's a disgusting human being who platformed Bad Empanada. Who's like
So you do have a problem. You do have a problem with
Matt Lieb specifically.
Jews
yes.
that you don't like, and you are quick
I have
to
a
call
problem
them
with
capos.
Matt Lieb, who's platforming Bad Empanada. Yes, clearly. Is there? You don't like Bad Empanada. You understand? A year ago, you were talking about how crazy he was.
But I'm not.
But suddenly, when he starts talking about me, he's your best friend. Interesting.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think Bad Empanada is insane. But you know what? I also
and all of a sudden, you love his videos. Why is that?
Bad Empanada.
Why do you love his videos suddenly? Before you pledged never to watch his videos on stream. Why do you love them now?
Oh, because he did not want me reacting to his videos.
That is insane, pathetic.
Oh my God, he's so weaselly. I just didn't watch the videos because please tell me Ethan has the clip of Hassan talking about how unhinged Bad Empanada is. Hassan is saying he just didn't watch him because Bad Empanada said he didn't want him to? Oh my God, no shot, dude.
Face
that's
lie.
what it is. No, he said.
You literally told. Oh my God, dude.
I have.
Okay, first of all, let me play this clip of you criticizing XQC.
Okay, wait. You
all these other videos you asked for it.
Actually,
hold on. You asked for this. Here's what you said.
Because it's not something
oh my
you would
God,
ever
wait,
ask
I sent
for.
you a clip. All these other content creators actually,
watch.
you know, whipping their communities when their chat is going fucking absolutely bananas over random dumb shit and bringing my name up for no fucking reason. That you were just allowing that shit to run rampant in your chat, and I thought that was fucked up. Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do, especially as someone who thought we were fucking friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation for someone who you consider to be a friend.
The problem wasn't that he was so.
Yeah, you have to show my clip now.
It makes sense.
Okay, no, great. Show my clip.
Sure.
Show my clip that I sent Dan.
Yeah, no problem. But there you go. I'm gonna pull it up for you. Oh yeah, TikTok. This is gonna be good. Ethan Klein debunked 7 minutes, bro. Hold on, I'm not gonna watch this 7-minute clip. Where do you want me to watch?
7 minutes of it.
Okay, you think if I just play it from the beginning, they'll get the gist of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you'll get it.
All right.
And you can skip towards like the end too if you want, like towards the middle.
By the way, this has 1,000 likes, bro. Are you name searching yourself or what?
No, the person who made it sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Nice. I guess it's hard hitting.
Ethan is a mega Zionist. You are wrong. Okay. Trust me. I don't think you know. I don't think you know many Zionists if you think Ethan is a mega Zionist. Not even close, dude. Time and time.
Funnily enough, that's still true.
Wow.
Again, I've spoken about how Ethan is not your enemy. A person who cries when a Palestinian child dies is not your enemy. Okay? He's not. I've said these exact words over and over again.
The problem is that your community is obviously an unhinged, and if you don't defend me, my community is going to get mad at you. It's definitely just an optics play, which, by the way, you never stuck to.
Shut up. Keep playing.
Let me guess. It's more videos of you defending me?
Keep playing. Enough. I told people in this community and people everywhere that will listen to what I have to say that you have to choose who you are actually angry at. There are people who are so loud and so proud about the ethnic cleansing campaign that Palestinians are experiencing currently. Go yell at them. He's been shitting on you on his members-only streams. I don't care. I don't care. Bro literally shat on you yesterday and his coworker for saying from the river to the sea, sorry, dog. I don't care. I watched a minute of it. I really don't give a fuck what you said. Keep going. No,
why?
No.
It's 7 minutes
we've watched
long,
a
bro.
lot of your clips.
Spare the audience.
This is about you. Go on.
What are we gonna glean from watching longer?
Keep playing it. This is just November 1st.
Nah, I don't want to finish
to the middle.
I know what it is. You talk kindly about. Okay, here, I'll go to the middle for you. Okay.
You think I'm not moderating my fucking community?
You
absolutely
are not.
Trying to get people to stop
yelling
yelling about you at that point?
Okay, let me go to the middle so you can have your thing, and then we'll move on.
And it frustrates me to no fucking end. I've told you this time and time again, in this time frame, just like I kept telling you, Ethan is not your enemy over and over again. That's why I love iDubbbz, Ethan as well, people that have actually changed course, recognize their mistakes.
Okay, I mean, yeah, we get the idea. It's fine. You know what I mean? You're the best friend ever. By the way. Whoa. No, whoa. My turn.
Well,
You were just screaming, play the video. You told me to shut up.
I wasn't moderating my community and claiming that.
You screamed to shut up and play the video. So I'm going to ask you to return the favor at this moment. You claimed that you didn't watch. Here's what you said about Bad Empanada. You lied to me and said you don't watch his videos because he asked you not to. Magically, when he started talking about me, you became his biggest fan, and you watch his videos on your stream regularly, which has resulted in an explosion of his popularity. Here's what you said about him a year before this conflict.
Banana video on
nice shirt, by the way.
I'm just letting you guys know. If you think I'm gonna fucking watch a YouTube essay from a dude literally
Fuck. Hold on, we'll go back and listen. Just real quick, Ethan's killer argument here is, why is there a clip compilation of you telling your community to stop hating on me? Doesn't that demonstrate in and of itself that your community fucking hates me? Where is that coming from? What's happening there? That's what he should have said.
What you said about him a year before this conflict.
Empanada video on
Nice
the
shirt,
stream.
by the way.
I'm just letting you guys know. If you think I'm gonna fucking watch a YouTube essay from a dude literally openly antagonistic towards me watching fucking YouTube videos, you're out of your fucking mind, okay? You think I want him to write like 700 hours worth of new YouTube essays about how I have wronged him? I don't want that. I don't want that at all, okay?
The genocide propaganda will come.
Wait,
Thanks for watching.
That's in the clip,
Free
Ethan.
Palestine.
You keep doing this thing.
Thanks for watching.
The clip.
Yeah, go support this.
I'm playing the clip. Just chill out.
I said it. I told you why I wasn't watching that Empanada.
Oh my God, Hassan, you're talking over the clip. You need to let it play, okay? You're making the clip unwatchable.
Mine, okay? You think I want him to write?
Bro, it's just a minute long. You can chill for a minute.
Will come. Thanks for watching. Free Palestine. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, go support this dipshit that I do appreciate, regardless of my disagreements with him.
That's you now.
On his optics and the ways that he conducts himself with regular frequency.
You link to his
because
page.
ultimately,
Stop linking the Adam Friedland shit. It's a shitty set of tweets. That's great. It's really epic when somebody can come in and be like, oh, I don't care about this. Now I'm going to sarcastically tweet because I don't care. Like, that's great. That's good. Stop linking his tweets. They're retarded. No one cares.
his product, his YouTube essays as a standalone entity is always solid. Rick's such a fucking freak, dude. Oh my lord, he's such a goddamn freak. He is the most insane person. He has like 7,000 accounts. I just said I have an official blockade on Bad Empanada videos on this broadcast while I'm live. That's number one. And number two, he's not just mean on Twitter. He is a psychopath. Okay,
True.
the idea that he's just
By the way, the guy who's a psychopath, who's not just mean on Twitter, who has 7,000 accounts, as you say, is somebody that you gleefully platform his videos about me. So I'm just saying, your community doesn't do harassment, right? Let's just promote Bad Empanada, who literally exists to harass people by your own fucking definition.
None of the things that you just showed, he's ridiculous. He is not just
Well, you're doing it right now.
most insane person on Twitter. Yeah.
Are there multiple clips? Okay, Jesus, I feel like I'm going crazy.
And I don't know if you have a...
Let's just promote
I don't
Bad
know if you have a command on the
Empanada,
English
who
language.
exists to harass people by your own fucking definition.
None of the things that you just showed, he's ridiculous. He is not just...
You're doing it right now.
Most insane person on Twitter. Yeah, let me go watch a video about a dude who constantly talks about how I'm fucking a reactionary fake socialist because I watch people's videos. That seems like a good idea. It's age restricted, which means there's like TOS violations galore in there. Fucking Bad Empanada. The cringiest, like, classic angry leftist who never shuts the fuck up and is just angry at the entire planet. Anyway, let's continue.
Why is he a terrorist? He's an Arab in Yemen. Why else would he be a terrorist, right?
Someone who, by the way, yes, you're... By the way, you could even watch a fucking 7-minute video of me actually defending you to your audience.
7-minute video. Jesus Christ.
Because that would kind of betray the narrative.
It's almost done. It's almost done. It's almost
He would
done.
perhaps benefit tremendously if I did watch his YouTube videos on this channel, but I'm never going to do that.
So you said he would benefit tremendously if I watched him, but I will never do that until he starts shitting on Ethan. By the way, my community doesn't harass people.
That's not true. Let me explain to you
absolutely,
what.
provably, empirically true.
Do you want to hear my perspective, or do you want to fucking just keep playing clips?
He's going to talk about Frogan and them. They're getting harassed and the ADL stuff and people getting bad. That's what they're doing. He's about to do it.
Your production team put together. Okay, so Bad Empanada.
Sorry for preparing.
No, there's no problem with that. I mean, you're still doing a horrible job at it, but it's all good.
We'll see.
So Bad Empanada is crazy. I still say that. He attacks me all the fucking time. He says I'm a Jewish exceptionalist Zionist. Okay.
Oh my God.
There's disagreements that I have with Bad Empanada. There's disagreements with his tactics, as I've shown in that video, as I've said in that video. There's disagreements with the way he presents himself. But if you notice in that video, I also said something. His work on YouTube. Okay, his work on his YouTube essays stands alone. Bad Empanada.
What about his videos
YouTube
attacking me?
Essays,
Are those is that part of his great body of work?
Bad Empanada on his YouTube essays, especially when it's issue specific, are actually very instructive.
Then why are you watching ones called
informative.
Ethan Klein is a Zionist baby killer? Why are you watching that one? Is that part of his master body of collection? Is that part of the Criterion collection there, buddy? Why does Bad it is good. Why does Bad Empanada roleplay hunting Hila and killing her in video games?
Have I ever said that I think that's appropriate?
I think
oh my
no, of course
God,
not.
dude.
But what you are doing is endorsing this guy.
Do I agree with you that Bad Empanada is crazy and also does crazy shit because he's a fucking scraggly internet troll who is...
Remember, before he was saying, by the way, he's so crazy he will never platform him. But now he's just like wacky, LOL.
Once again, as a separate... You know, you like...
Also, remember, me bringing on Fuentes to literally debate him every single fucking time makes me a Nazi, by the way. But him just verbatim playing down all of Bad Empanada's hit pieces on Ethan, well, you know, what do you do? Sometimes he's wacky, sometimes he's not, LOL.
Compartmentalize Israel proper from doing a genocide. I like to compartmentalize the content that I'm consuming from a guy who I do think is doing well-sourced, well-researched YouTube essays, who also happens to be a fucking freak.
Ethan Klein is a Zionist dog, and by the way, I want to kill his wife.
Like, remember, I'm so crazy toxic that the fact that Ethan might have even talked to my co-host on a podcast or has even been on my subreddit is enough to discredit everything that Ethan says. But Hassan, full-scale consuming all of Bad Empanada's hit pieces on Ethan, you know, he's wacky sometimes, LOL.
Reason why that
I can compartmentalize, by the way.
YouTube essays, who also happens to be a fucking freak.
Ethan Klein is a Zionist dog, by the way, I want to kill his wife.
The reason why that blockade ended, and I've watched other...
Also, I'm sorry, there's just so many lies, it's hard to keep up. Keep in mind, too, here, this started off with Hassan saying that, he said that the only reason he didn't watch Bad Empanada is because Bad Empanada asked him not to watch him. And now we've switched to a totally different argument because that was blown up in real time, right?
Who also happens to be a fucking freak.
Ethan Klein is a Zionist dog, and by the way, I want to kill his wife.
The reason why that blockade ended, and I've watched other videos that are not related to you from Bad Empanada in the past on this broadcast as well.
How many?
The reason why that blockade ended
How many have you watched not about me?
What?